Hello everyone. In this video, we will talk about the latest financial payment tool introduced by the Reserve Bank of India, which is e-Rupee. But before diving deep into this, let's first look at the direct benefit transfers. Back in the day, if you were struggling to access the basic necessities, the government would fund a part of the bill by subsidizing its cost. A normal person only had to pay a reduced price for these items, and the government in turn would reimburse the company offering you said products. However, there was one massive problem with the public distribution system. The government could never truly target the real beneficiaries. For instance, a middleman in the distribution system could help you claim subsidies even if you weren't eligible, and the Indian government routinely lost millions each year offering subsidies to people who in some cases didn't even exist. But then, the introduction of Aadhaar and the Jan Dhan account changed the equation. The government finally had the means to authenticate beneficiaries and directly transfer the subsidy to their bank account. For instance, if you were eligible to claim LPG subsidies, you'd simply pay the full price to your retailer and the government would transfer the subsidy to your bank account. Hence the name Direct Benefit Transfer. But eventually, this plan also had its own set of new problems. In India, there are a lot of people in this country who may not have a bank account. Even if they did, accessing funds could be a bit challenging considering the banking infrastructure in this country is still subpar at best. So, what should the government do with these people? Should they let them go? The answer to this question is obviously a big no. One alternative solution to this problem is to adopt a voucher based system. Imagine for a moment you are a parent in some remote part of India struggling to finance your kids' education. Right now, the only alternative is to enroll them in a government school. And while the state obviously doesn't want to leave any child behind, there's an accountability problem here. Administrators in these institutions are only answerable to the government, and they don't care about the kids so long as they can access state funding. In fact, in several schools across the country, teacher absenteeism is a major problem and administrators shirk all responsibility. It's a problem that has persisted for decades, and the only way to make a dent here, perhaps, is to make them accountable to the kids and the parents. So, the solution to this problem might be a voucher based system. For instance, imagine the government extends a voucher to support parents' kids' education. The schools will have to collect these vouchers from students and redeem them to see the money in their accounts. If a parent believes they won't get quality education somewhere, they'll send their kids to the schools that do a better job. This way, government funds will go to institutions that perform, and the ones that don't will suffer the consequences. In many ways, this is like a direct benefit transfer, but it makes use of a physical voucher. And while this hypothetical use case does seem like a rather interesting proposition, it still doesn't solve the problems as described earlier. How does one get these vouchers to parents and how to authenticate beneficiaries? That's where an e-rupee comes in. According to the government, e-rupee is a cashless and contactless instrument for digital payments. It acts as an e-voucher based on a QR code or SMS string which is delivered to the mobile phones of the beneficiaries. In simpler words, its meaning is that the government could technically send an SMS to an Aadhaar linked number and transfer the subsidy this way. After that, all one has to do then is redeem this voucher and use it to fund their kids' education. And this voucher is not limited for funding children's education, but rather can be used on a wide variety of spectrum of activities. According to the government, this system can be implemented for delivering services across schemes meant for providing drugs and nutritional support under the mother and child welfare schemes, TB eradication programs, drugs and diagnostics under schemes like Ayushman Bharat, Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Arogya Yojana, fertilizer subsidies, etc. So yes, in the end, there is definitely a scope to experiment with e-rupee, and we hope this initiative goes a long way in plugging leakages in the public distribution system. That's it for this video on explaining e-rupee. If you like this video, then do like and subscribe the channel for more interesting videos in the future too. Till then, thank you for watching and happy learning.